Short while ago, President Trump tweeted this, quote, "The migrant caravan that is openly defying our borders shows how weak and ineffective U.S. immigration laws are. Yet Democrats like Jon Tester continue to support the open borders agenda. Tester even voted to protect sanctuary cities. We need lawmakers who will put America first." President going after Jon Tester for a number of reasons over the past few days, including the Ronnie Jackson situation. Here now, Jason Chaffetz, former chairman of the House Oversight Committee and a Fox News contributor, and Francisco Hernandez is an immigration attorney. I think one of the things to lay out here is that these are people seeking asylum, and there is a process to seek asylum, so they have to wait in line until they can go through that process, right, Jason?
Yes, I mean, they can claim asylum and go to the United States Embassy in their country of origin. And there is this principle of safe third country where they don't just get to caravan country to country and state to state and then go figure out where they want to go. When you're trying to escape the oppression, then you need to stop where you are free of that oppression.
Yeah, Francisco, what do you say about that? Because, you know, they came mostly from Honduras. Once they got into Mexico, they were free of the oppression that they were under, according to them and their situation and their application in Honduras and Guatemala.
No, actually, no, because Mexico doesn't have a political asylum process like we do. What we're talking about is these folks are trying to apply to come here legally. The problem with applying at the embassy in Honduras is that if they're turned away, we're turning them away to the very same people that are prosecuting them or going to kill them, narco traffickers, the cartels. The problem is that neither country can admit that Honduras cannot guarantee the safety of its citizens, or we would have to let everyone in.
But everybody wants to come to the United States of America. Everybody wants to come here. It's the greatest country on the face of the planet. But we have over a million people legally and lawfully come to this country. And we're failing the people that are trying to do it legally and lawfully. And they just want to blow through the doors.
No, but there is no process whereby these folks can apply to come here other than knocking on the door. And that is, look, they could try to pay a smuggler to cross them with a tunnel or a tall ladder. But the problem is they're trying to apply to come here legally. And it's the administration's own officers that determine if they have a credible fear.
There is a process, and there's 150 or 60 of them, and they're already processing some 300 people, as you just heard in the report. So the fact of the matter is that you have to wait your turn, and then you have to go through the application process, and whatever percentage of them may actually be granted asylum based on their situation, and we know that they're, being advised in terms of how to, kind of work that system, but they are in the process.
The proof is in the pudding. They're going to have to be able to have proof of the persecution, and about 75% of all Honduran applications are denied anyway. The question is, what are we going to do with them? But you have to go back to the fact that they're trying to apply to come here legally. If you don't like the asylum laws, then change them. I agree with President Trump on that.
Jason, my question, why are they denied?
Well, again, he makes a point is then change the law. But the law happens to be working. These people want to break the law. That's the problem. And they could go apply at the United States Embassy in Honduras. That's where they should do it.
You cannot apply at the United States Embassy in Honduras. You cannot.
Yes,
they won't let them apply. You can't. You cannot, because you got to be able to get in the door. Here, they're knocking on the door to apply here legally. Can y'all not get the point? You guys want to obey the laws. They're trying to obey the laws. Now we don't like the laws of political asylum, so let's change them.
It sounds to me like they're going to have to wait their turn to go through the process, and that's what's happening. So we're going to watch it play out.
That's
I got to leave it there, you guys.
They're
we're short on time. Thank you
so
very much.
So why are we complaining?
Thank you both. Thank you.